Hey everybody, Tim from Fusion Labs here. I just wanted to do a beginning devlog on a game I'm trying to produce. It's going to be basically, in a nutshell, a VR um, crafting and survival type of game, kind of in the genre of like 7 Days to Die or Ark or even Minecraft. Just something where you can go anywhere, do anything, and build bases and defend bases against. I haven't decided what kind of enemy type yet. I know people are getting kind of tired of zombies, maybe aliens or just other players or some other type of enemy. I'm not sure yet, but it'll be that type of a game. Um, but I want to include vehicles and multiplayer, um, make really detailed types of environments, detailed types of buildings, instead of just having blocks where you just stack blocks up to build a base. You'll actually, use a hammer and nail on boards and, make uh, different kinds of systems inside the base, electronics and electricity and things like that, and just make it really cool where you can make all kinds of different things. But I'm starting off with vehicles now, and this whole thing set up as multiplayer. So whatever you're seeing me doing now today it works in multiplayer as well. Um, so I'll just start off showing you the truck over here. I have it set up so that you can see my hands here are disconnected. But the multiplayer aspect, if you're a player playing with me, you'd see me as you do in the mirror here. You'd see the whole character and everything else. I need to make some sidestep animations. As you can see, he's kind of sliding a little bit, but haven't gotten that far yet. But he does move. So whenever I turn and stuff, it's based off of where the controller is pointing when you move the controller. If I point the controller this way, I'll move it to the side. And that way, when you're using a weapon and stuff, you can look around and still move where you want to go, as opposed to it being directed by your head. I'll probably set it up so that you can have your options of different ways to move. So if you like moving around with your head, you can have that option. If you'd rather move with your left hand, you can move with your left hand. If you want to move with your right hand, you can move with your right hand. Things like that. And eventually, I even plan to probably put in some kind of a teleport system for people who get really sick doing it the movement way. I think for a type of game that I want to do, kind of like the game Onward, if you've ever tried that, it's important to have a moving from place to place type of movement system where it's not teleport. It kind of really just takes you out of the game when you're teleporting around, especially when it's multiplayer and people are trying to shoot you, and it makes it hard to do when you're teleporting. So I'm keeping this system in for now. I may add some kind of a movement teleport system in the future, but I'm not entirely sure yet. I want to get a lot of feedback from the community and see what you guys think, see what you'd like to see in this type of a game. And I just want to make a really cool game for everybody and just, make something awesome for everybody. So let me show you the truck here. Let's go over there. So pay no attention to the awesome textures. It's just a test vehicle just to set it up so that it works in multiplayer. So what I want to do is be able to use any kind of vehicles, be it a truck or a helicopter or a tank or anything, a car. You can go up to it, you can actually get into it, drive around using the controllers. And, if there's any kind of controls inside the vehicle, such as a tank, you pull the levers, you press the buttons, or a helicopter, that all works just by touching it, as opposed to using a joystick or something like that. It feels more immersive when you do it that way. It's a little more getting used to the controls that way, but I think, depending on how people feel about it, I think it's going to be more fun that way, because you can do more. You can, drive with one hand and put your hand out the window and shoot with the other, that kind of thing. Whereas if you're using a control pad, you wouldn't be able to do that really. So, for example, this truck, you can go over to the, say the battery's not working or something, you can just go up and open the hood, change out the battery, replace it with a new one. I'm going to have this all set up. It's not quite set up yet, but that's the idea. If you go to find a car, say in the abandoned car on the road, you go turn it on, and you hear that clicking noise where the battery's dead, and say you have an extra battery you found someplace else. On a damaged car, you take the battery, put it in here, replace it, and now the car runs. So now you can just slam the hood, and then go over here and get in the car. Now, the system I have set up for getting into the car is you set up a real chair in the real world. You can probably see it here behind me. I can't see where it is because I've got my headset on. I think it's over here. But you want a chair that's not moving and like on rollers, like an office chair. You don't want to use something like that or something that spins. You want something that's going to stay in place. So what I do is I track that chair at the beginning of the game. That's be kind of like set up where, if you put your arms out in T-pose or tell what height you are, kind of like an onward where, you get all that beginning setup information out of the way. So you track your chair at the beginning, and then it will always know where your chair is. So if I'm like wandering around in my play area, which if you can see the tape on the floor is my play space, I'm using the smallest play space, even though I have more room, just to test it out in the smallest play space possible. But you can put it anywhere, any direction, any angle. I would probably put it outside the play space area if you have enough room for that, or the cameras are still tracking. You can have it in the center of the play space too if you want to, but it kind of get in your way. But so you track that. So no matter where I am, say I'm over in this corner of the play space, I'm wandering around, just like I was before. I didn't know where my chair was anymore, so I wouldn't be able to sit down to it without looking. So I don't want to do that, because then you get pulled out of the game. So what I do is like, for example, I'll go over here and kind of walk around a little bit and then come back to here. And now I'm going to go get in the car. So you get up next to the door here. I'll probably make it so you open the door to get in, but right now I don't have that set up. But I'll press a button and I go to, call this the teleport zone, where whatever vehicle you're about to get into, it shows a see-through kind of Tron-ish hologram type of a vehicle that represents the vehicle you're about to get into. And the only thing that's solid is your seat. So you can kind of see I'm in the engine compartment right now, because it's based off of where the seat is in real life. So all I have to do is walk straight at the seat I see here in the screen and just sit down, and I'll be able to sit in my chair without looking. So I know it's right here. So now I'm in my seat, sitting down at the vehicle, and I can just go back to the vehicle, and now I'm inside of it. So all I got to do is put it into drive, grab the wheel, and I'm off. And you just use your controllers to steer the car. So I'll probably add more stuff in, like, pulling the hood here to open the hood, that kind of thing, and more of the controls, putting it into drive, putting it into reverse. And the cool thing is now I can put my hand out and, if I have a gun, I can shoot out the window as I'm driving around, which would be awesome. Throw grenades out the window, that kind of thing. And the cool thing is, too, is you can... do I have enough room? I think so. Let me pull up a little bit more. I found this to be really cool, doing it actually sitting down is you can actually like put your hand on the seat like you're looking in a real car, looking backwards, and you back up and do a quick 180, and then you're going forward. It just feels really cool to do that. Let's see if I can drive over by the... Oh, whoops. There I am. Hello. So in multiplayer, someone would be sitting right next to me, and I'd be able to see him like you're seeing me in the mirror here, and he could do whatever, and he or she, and that way you can play together and get in and out of the car. Say you got to go to some trees, chop down wood to get more materials to build more stuff. You can throw it in the back. It would be that type of a game. So this is where I am right now. And then you can get out just by pressing the exit button. And then you're out of the car. You just stand up from your seat and just start playing like you normally would. But anyways, hello. That's the game so far. I'm still working on doing different things. My next step is probably to do some more multiplayer testing and to get like the battery changed out. do some more things with the vehicles, start getting the resource gathering tools together, a backpack type where if you open it, all the stuff comes up and you can choose from it, kind of like a Minority Report type of a game where it's all just kind of in front of you and you can scan through it all, and then when you close the backpack, it all goes back in and you just throw it on your back. And a tool belt and all that good stuff. But I would love to hear comments and ideas anybody has to make this game cool. This is very, very beginning steps. But I think just the vehicle part of it is it's so cool to be able to get in and sit down, drive around, and then get back out again. As far as I know, I haven't seen anybody else doing that, and that's what I was trying to do, just to combine the two things where you have the best of both worlds. You can move around and then get into things and sit down without having to take your headset off. But that's my beginning devlog, and I hope you guys are think it's cool. And again, any comments and ideas would be great to take this in the direction that everybody would like to see it go in. So thanks a lot for watching, and I will be back with another devlog soon. Thanks. See you.